Good day to you, my leaders and fellow Tibetians in the TBC community. I am by name Arowolo YI. I am a Nigerian and I'm a Tibetan. I belong fully to the TBC community. I'm here again for another broadcast, which is number 25. This is number 25 of my TBC public live broadcast, and it is titled, What is your worth? What is your net worth? What is your net worth? As a Tibetan, as a human being, what is your net worth? What is your net worth? It is only natural for us human to eventually disdain and criticize anything we can't understand, anything we can't contain, anything we can't comprehend, or anything we can't apprehend. For example, it is natural for a man to, after some time, begin to criticize and disdain a lady he's been wooing for a very long time without success. It is also natural for someone to begin to speak ill of an organization he's been seeking employment into for a very long time without success. It is also normal to disdain traveling to a country that has denied you visa again and again without any good reason. It is natural as human to start speaking ill and criticizing anything we wanted initially but couldn't get eventually. Dear listener, I've never come across a young child or even a teenager that wants to turn out a poor adult in life. I've never met a teenager who subscribed to poverty as a preferred way of life. Every young person I know looks forward to a very rich and successful financial future. That's it. They want good cars, beautiful homes, lovely clothes, exciting travel, and a very rich and respectable life of financial abundance. No young person wants to live a life of poverty or penury. Mm-mm. Not at all. There is none. However, after trying so hard and working so hard, if things don't align with their expectation and the money appears to be eluding them as adults, they then change their perspective and opinion about becoming rich. They begin to criticize and even condemn the pursuit of riches and the rich people in general. They make it look wrong. They make it look sinful and insensitive to chase wealth and become very rich. They try to make the rich take the blame for all the poverty in the world. They make the dream house, the dream cars, the dream vacation, the net worth, and the quality life of the rich be the basis for criticizing the rich and, in fact, hating them entirely. And they affirm very strongly that all rich people are corrupt, are evil, or wicked. They affirm confidently that the base of every wealth is flattery. Some people are religious. They will begin to search for scripture vindicating the poor and condemning the rich, and they deliberately ignore scriptures that encourage blessing. They ignore the portion of the scripture that embrace and support blessing, support riches, and leaving an inheritance for one's children. Let it be told, many of these people who are this way, nonetheless, could be regarded or could be confirmed as those who desire or those who choose to be like that, because they probably failed at what the legitimately rich people succeeded at. If these same critics encounter an opportunity to become rich, quite rightly, they wouldn't dare turn it down. They wouldn't dare turn it down at all. I believe financial surplus is truly the dream of every human being, and that has been the reason why we are inviting you people to join our TBC community. We are inviting you. You are invited. With sincerity of purpose, open-mindedness, you will be accepted if you are ready to toe the line as we are out to eradicate poverty from the surface of the earth. Dear listener, as you listening to me this day, please, what is your worth? What is your net worth? What is your net worth? Your net worth simply, as I could say, means the amount by which your assets exceed your liability. Do you actually have more assets than liabilities today? Are your assets growing at a faster rate than your liabilities? These are part of the question for you to ponder on. What will your net worth be in another few years to come? Do you have a plan and process in place to expand the gap between your assets and liability? Truth is, your liability will keep on growing, whether you like it or not, but a progressive person will make deliberate attempts to grow his assets above liabilities, and in fact keep widening the gap as time progresses. As time progresses, reasonable human being continue to progress. The gap in between the liability and the assets will keep on increasing it as time progresses. To achieve this, you cannot ignore the modern principles and secrets to wealth creation. It's not possible. When seasons change, when situations change, when dynamics change, the wise option for any reasonable human being is simply to recognize, to acknowledge, and align with the change in order to survive the change. The reason many remain broke and indebted is the refusal to embrace environmental transformation and dynamic. Many people simply ignore the realities of their operating environment and keep using primitive ideas and methods holding on to failing opinions, holding on to failing theories and routines that's obviously failing. Check the number. If you doubt my submission, go and investigate this. Less than 10% of people in the paid employment today in my part of the world are truly millionaire. Get me right, please. I said you should try and verify, cross-check. Try and find out. I said many people who are millionaires today, especially the salary earner, I said less than 10% of them are sincerely and truly millionaire. Many of them are not. Many of them, they are not true. Many salary earners you see that are millionaires, they are not true or honest millionaires. Obviously, most multi-millionaires in paid employment in my part of the world today, I said they are not honest, are not real millionaires. They obviously live above their means, and some of them are highly indebted. Many of them are highly indebted, creating unnecessary, it's just for people to think they are rich, whereas they are extremely indebted to bank, to finance houses, and they are highly indebted. But if they don't disclose it to people, how will you know? It is difficult for you to know. The expensive car, the expensive home, the lavish lifestyle of most people you see, especially the salary earners, those who are in paid employment, they are funded by illegality or indebtedness, as I've mentioned. Less than 10% are legitimate millionaires with positive net worth. This is simply because the era when one could live a very comfortable and sustain a positive net worth on salary in today's world is long, long, long over. Our economic structure and policies, our ethic, our priorities, wealth distribution, and social value have nullified all this opportunity. They have nullified all the necessary opportunity. Reverting to how things were, however, is an extremely difficult task. That is on it. This is because it will require change in ideology, change in behavior, change in attitude, change in the system of majority of we people, the way we do things, to balance out. It is not just in politics, political will, and functional legal system. Let me submit, it is a mindset challenge. It is a mindset challenge. This being the case, the next smart move for any reasonable person is to identify and plug into modern ways of appreciating your net worth within this economic matrix, within the current economic matrix. When things become too complex and difficult, my counsel to people is always for one to return to the very start. My listener, survival instinct in every human being, including you watching and listening to me, including you watching and listening to me, is for you to consider your thoughts. Do not be desperate. Try and make you to be you. Do what you thought you couldn't do when desperate times call for desperate measure. I said the survival instinct in every human being, including you listening to me, make you do what you thought you couldn't do when desperate times call for desperate measure. Stop waiting in hunger. Stop waiting in hunger, folding your hands. I'm not saying it is right for you to steal. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it is right for you to steal. But do not just sit down and fold your hand, relying solely on prayer without work. Bible tells us that prayer without work is basically nothing. As you pray, you work, it is your work that prayer will be answered on. That's how it is. Please, don't let pride, laziness, ignorance fence you from very numerous other sources of income around you. Be creative, be productive. Learn a trade, a skill, a business from a friend, from an associate or a colleague. Offer a service. Do something that will bring you money. Many people are surviving and doing well without salary. Salary is not the only means of income in this world. My dear listener, for how long do you want to keep begging people for help? My dear listener, for how long do you want to give excuse? Will taking your own life solve the problem for those you are going to leave behind? Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Wake up and get up. Wake up and get up. Being fired from your job is not the end of your life. Also, it is time to befriend people who have always been self-employed and learn their ways. Change your thinking. Change your approach. Change your lifestyle. There is hope. There is a better tomorrow. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. Change with the time and do the needful. Change with the time and do the needful. Change with the time and do the needful. If you need a new job or need to start business, pick up your phone and go through your contact list. Identify friends with experience in self-employment and businesses and arrange a meeting with them today. Stop waiting endlessly. Stop waiting endlessly. I implore you to please do something today. I'm equally inviting you to join us in the TBC community. I am sure you will never regret joining our TBC community with open mind and sincerity of purpose. Thank you and God bless you as I acknowledge my mentor, Chief Muyiwa Afolabi of the today's on Frankly Speaking. Thanks so much for listening. May God bless each and every one of us till we meet another time for another broadcast. Thank you. Bye bye for now.